As a result of the outbreak, your city or entire region may be endangered by a lethal agent. If conditions at your location make this a possibility, you need to consider staying in place until the threat has subsided or blown over. The following steps will ensure that your home will serve as a biological or chemical safe haven. Remain calm and wait for further instructions from authorities.
My people, what's up YouTube? Welcome to the channel. It's Whatever Replies and Reactions, where we reply and react to whatever. This has been on my mind for quite some time now. Shout out to Papa Duck, because I saw a video of yours where it gave me the last piece to the puzzle. It made me have to speak on it. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna get right into it. What did they do to us? All right, so no holds barred. Ross the Boss. You remember when he came out and he had that old thick beard and it was like, rah! And it was deep, it was dark, it was full. I guarantee you it's not no more, because they got all of us. Ross the Boss got money, but I've been looking and I've been seeing and everybody got this thing that they did to us. What is this thing that they did to us? Getting into it, I was in the barber industry, and you know, I'm chopping up heads, and your barber, he'll be able to talk to you about this. He'll be able to verify that this is a thing, this is for real. So, you know, when you're trying to get your blend in, it usually ain't a difficulty, but I start seeing like circles in the hair pattern, in the follicles, where they wouldn't allow you to really get, you know, your waves right, or especially when it came to a blend. You had to cheat here, you had to cheat there, so that you could still get a good blend. So this thing that I was seeing, it looked, or it appeared to be like a ringworm, but it wasn't a ringworm. It was something that was, I'm gonna say the opposite of a ringworm. A ringworm will be raised. It's gonna have a dark outer circle, and then the middle, the donut hole, that's gonna be light. Well, this is just the opposite, like I said. This thing, it has a dark inner circle, just a dot, you know, they ain't real big, but just an inner circle. And the outside is light, and it's not raised. And you'll see them, like my mustache used to grow up pretty high where I could get it high, you know, on the sides. I never had problems being able to grow a shadow, a full beard, whatever it is that I want. But now I noticed, and you probably notice it in yours or in people that you run across on a regular basis, that there's little bitty circles, clusters of them. You know, you've been colonized. Let me put it that way. It's an alien on your ship. I'm cutting a kid's hair that I've been dealing with them for a couple of years, and I don't think this was the first time I seen it, but the first time that it really hit me like something's going on. Because this kid, really cool kid, and he was fly to death. Like this kid reminded me of me when I was in high school. Like, I always smell good, I always look good, clean, you know, just like, what is it? So when I see this in his head, I'm like, I know it ain't dirt. I know it ain't filth. I know it ain't because he ain't been taking care of himself. So, you know, what's going on, man? You been rubbing up against the wrong chick or something? What's going on? So, you know, during a haircut, and you'll notice if you're a barber, that haircut's supposed to be done, over with. Like, you walking out with a soup bowl. It's a wrap, right? So I couldn't really put him out there like that. So I finished up his hair, and on the way out the door, can I talk to you for a second? So I pull him to the side, and I'm like, you know, you got something going on in your hair, man. I think that you really should see a doctor and see if you can't get that one taken care of. And I think that's the end of it. So then I start seeing it more and more and more and more. And I'm talking to the other barbers about it. I'm talking to people out in the community about it. Because I'm seeing it everywhere. And then I saw it on me. I saw it on my kids. So it was like, oh no, something's going on. So I end up going to a doctor. And this was the thing that really made me say, man, what's going on? What are y'all doing to us? Because I couldn't get a doctor to acknowledge what it was that I was seeing. I ain't crazy. I don't have Superman eyes, so it wasn't like I could see this and you can't. You a dermatologist and you look at skin every day. That's your job. You know, I really want to put him out, but I can't think of what his name is. But you know, he tried to play me. He tried to ostracize me, basically in front of these two bad medical students. One of them, she had like this Kareem Bailey Ray, vibe to her with the natural hair. And I mean, she was bad, like, ooh wee. And then it was a light brown haired white woman. And she was bad too. They was both bad. And I think what he was trying to do was get him some yin yang for the night or something like that. I don't know, trying to impress him. So, he had me take my shirt off, and I'm telling him, like, I'm showing him on my face, and he's like, I'm not really seeing what you're seeing, blah, blah, blah. So how do you know you got it? I say, I can feel it and I can see it. My hair don't grow the same. I have it in different places, and I'm trying to show him, and he's still in denial. And I ain't never had a problem growing a blanket on my chest. It's a thin blanket, but nonetheless, it's a blanket. So I'm showing him the holes in my chest and the hair on my chest and everything like that. And this is when it started to kind of get shaky, and I'm like, man, you on something. He says, is it on your back too? And I can't remember exactly how he said it. And I'm like, yeah, it is. And he said, how do you know? And I say, I can feel it. But the way that he said it, it was kind of like he was probably behind my back, like, this guy, he just wants some, I don't know. You know what I mean? It felt like that, like he was trying to get a rise out of them, a smile out of them, something, I walk out of there. I took my youngest son to his doctor, and she said the same thing, like, I'm not seeing what you're seeing. I don't like her anyway. She a quack doctor. I'm not feeling her anyway. She just a pill pusher. Here's the medicine. Do this, do that. Take some more medicine. Nah, man. How do we figure out what's going on? The preemptive. How do we do that? So I take my other son to another doctor, not this same doctor. And he say the same thing, and he try to prescribe some, fungi medicine. Nah, man, this ain't that. This is something, you can't put this all over somebody's scalp and all over every part of their body. I'm seeing this all over the place. Again, I saw it on me, I saw it on my kids, I saw it on a couple of clients. The thing that really made me say, this is something. A white boy from down in Florida, he comes up. And I was already kind of like in a mixed area where Huber Heights, I'm from the D. This ain't Detroit, this is Dayton, but I'm from the D. So he comes from Florida. He sits in my chair and I'm get to chopping him up, and bam, I see it on him. Like, nah, this nationwide. This is big. This is something. Okay, so follow me though. The video that I saw with Papa Duck, it was a video about the World Economic Forum. I believe that's how it goes. And there's this wicked old white man, and he ain't even really old, but I'm gonna call him a wicked old white man. He's sitting up on stage, and he says they had been meeting, and the plan or the goal was that they would eliminate 50% of the population, the world's population, by 2023. 50% by 2023. That's next year, y'all. Actually, it's not even next year. That's 6 months from now. But follow me. Check this out. So he says, and don't get, I can't quote him. You got to go check out this video on Papa Duck's channel. He just released it, and I can't think of what the name of the video is. I wish I could. I'll tell you this. He got on an aqua Bulls hat. That's how you'll know. You'll see him he got on it's a Bulls hat. It's like aqua and gray. So that's the video you want to go check out. So after he says that they had been meeting, he says that they were trying to eliminate the 50% by 2023. And then he says, and I forget the exact phraseology, verbiage that he used, but he said they had promising results, or they were well on their way to accomplishing that goal. Whatever the case, what he said was, we about to make this happen, y'all. That's our goal. We about to make this happen. This 50% of the world population about to be nixed, okay? So after he says this, man, the audience started clapping. Wait. He talking about getting rid of 50% of y'all and y'all clapping? See, first it took me back. That's what I thought. And then I thought to myself, he ain't talking to me. He ain't talking to the people I run across on a regular. He ain't talking to nobody but the elite. Them was the elite. I'm not even gonna give them that. They ain't shit. But the elite, that's who he was talking to. They was out in that audience and they applauded because they on board with this. Now, I only say this because we got a whole lot of dissension going on right now. Dissension and distraction, that's the game plan. They working it and we losing. But dissension, because they want whites against blacks, they want LGBTQ plus against heterosexual. Man, we got too much stuff going on that don't even really matter. Just go live your life. None of that stuff matters. Live your life if you can live your life. They trying to take your life. After he said this and they applauded, and I figured out, yo, this is about us, man. They trying to kill us. Now, my mama say something all the time. She say, play out the whole movie, right? And for those who don't understand exactly what that means, it's okay, there's going to be a cause and effect. You know, what are the repercussions for you taking this action or making this decision or whatever the case. Like, you got to think the whole thing out, man. See how this ends, all right? So I want you to see how this ends. Now, this thing that I found that they did to us that nobody wants to acknowledge. I'm out screaming in the streets and everybody like, calm down, man. No, I can't calm down, man. They did something to us. This ain't something that, did they feed it to us? Did they spray it on us? What did they do? And I don't trust them because we ain't gonna act like conspiracy theory, that word, they get at a negative connotation, but you got the liars and deniers that they also label as conspiracy theorists. Y'all stay over where y'all at. Y'all liars and deniers. But conspiracy theories, they had always been, in my eyes, nothing negative because you got a theory about a conspiracy. I mean, what's so bad about that? And then when you really put it down, what about the conspiracies that they had theories about? Aliens and UFOs and Area 51. All the stuff that we done found out is really true. That they had been poisoning the water and the food. All the stuff we found out was true. It's true. If they call you a conspiracy theory, you a thinker. You somebody that knows something. You might not be able to prove it, but you know something. You feel it. You are the first scientist. I don't care what they say. You the first scientist. When you came up out of the womb and you was sucking on your thumb and sucking on your toes and crawling around and doing things and pulling stuff down off the table, you was finding out what will happen. How does gravity work? What does this taste like? Am I supposed to eat? You the first scientist. So don't never let them tell you because they're scientists that they know something you don't know. You know, God gave us all this earth. All of us. He didn't give them, authority over nothing. Not over me, that's for sure. Moving on. And by the way, if at this point in the game you have seen, heard, or felt something that, piqued your interest or you want to see some more, please, and I hate to beg, but I'm going to do it. Like and subscribe, hit the notification. I'm going to be dropping stuff as I see it. Now look, this is to play the whole movie out. This circular thing that has colonized all of our bodies, I looked it up. I wanted to find out what it was, and I couldn't find anything exactly, but it resembled alopecia rosacea. Alopecia rosacea. And what that is your immune system attacking you. It displays at your hair follicles. It's probably attacking things inside your body too, because again, it's an immune disorder. Your immune system is attacking you. Again, it displays, it shows, or just like acne, there is a cause behind acne, but it displays on the skin as bumps and pus or whatever. Alopecia, or this type of alopecia, displays on the skin. So, follow me. What were you almost guaranteed? What did you have to be almost guaranteed to die when this germ came out? When they dropped the germ, and I say when they dropped it, but when they dropped the germ, what was you almost guaranteed to die from if your immune system was compromised? If something was going on negative in your immune system, which will be older people and younger people, you know, babies and whatnot that hadn't boosted up their immune system yet, and older people who was coming down out of having a strong one, or for whatever reason, underlying causes that your immune system wouldn't be as strong, you can almost count on going in and dying. You catch the germ, you're going to die. That's how it went down, right? So they give us something that is attacking our immune system or compromising our immune system, and then they drop the germ. That's tough. Don't that sound a certain kind of way to y'all? But it gets deeper, all right? I remember watching, it was the Senate hearing type of thing. Dr. Fauci was testifying. I don't know if it was House or Senate. I can't speak on that. But there was a representative congressman. He's on stage, and he says to Dr. Fauci, and don't quote me because I can't tell you verbatim what the man said, but this is something for you to go look for too. So he says, what involvement did we have with this germ in the lab? We're producing this germ in the lab. What involvement did we as the U.S. have? And he flat out lied. Whatever he said, he made it sound as though it was ridiculous that he was being asked that question. Like, we're above that. We wouldn't do anything like that. Okay, whatever you say, because I can talk about a whole lot of human experiments, that say we are not above anything. But I'm moving on. This congressman or representative, he ain't let him off the hook, and I gotta big up him for this. He ain't let him off the hook with just that answer. He said, went into his paperwork. Well, it says right here that we funded. We might not have had our people over there working in the lab, but it says that we funded. Listen up. How to, one, make it stronger, and two, how to make it transfer from animal to human. Now I gotta ask you this, because I could kind of understand making it weaker. Why we would fund making it weaker, because it's something that we don't want to take over. But to make it stronger, why would we want to know that? Why would they use your tax dollars to find that out? We didn't ask them to find this out, but they spent your tax dollars to find this out. The only reason why you would look for this answer as to how to make it stronger is so that you could use it in germ warfare, which is exactly what they did against us. It's just my opinion. Again, I don't have all the proof, but I ain't no dummy either, okay? So now we to that point where we see that there is something fishy going on. Earlier, we talked about all the dissension that we have. We talked about the white supremacists. They your enemy. They want to kill you off too. So we need to stop fighting about all this nonsense. It don't even make sense. Like I could care less what you do in your bedroom. Just don't bother me about it. I could care less what you do with your friends. I could care less what you do with your life. Just don't bother me with it. We need to come together on other things. We need to see that this is way bigger than you, me, or anybody else. Just get rid of all the nonsense, step all that down, and keep it moving. I brought up the white supremacists for a purpose just now. And the purpose was, even those who we think are the elite, or at least should get an honorable mention. I've seen this on Will Smith. He had a YouTube channel where he, out with flamethrowers and all kinds of wild stuff that he was doing. Cool. So I'm watching, and I see it on him, and I'm like, nah, say it ain't so. I'm watching some TV and I see Ari Melber, So anybody that's brave enough to still wear the shadow beard or whatever, he does that sometimes. It's all in his beard. Right? I was watching an interview after the Coca-Cola 600 NASCAR. Just for y'all, all right? Coca-Cola 600, Ross Chastain got the #1 moose car. He having an interview with a lady, and he kind of got his profile out there. Bam! His beard is tore up. And it ain't just tore up, it's tore up with circles. You got one here, a big one in the middle, one or two at the top. Man, it's crazy. No, I'm not done. I was watching something I still, since I was in the barber industry, I enjoy watching that kind of stuff. So this cat, I think it was called Whole Head Waxing Gone Wrong. Dick Van Dyke is the name of the channel. And it's a white boy, big white boy, he got a bald head, got a long beard, kind of red, and it's dreaded, like in the two dreads, and he got it wrapped up kind of slick, like in a knot, but it's kind of slick for real. So anyway, I'm watching them pull his hair off, and he leaned towards the camera at some point, and I'm like, nah, say it ain't so. This was just recently, so y'all can go check that out. It's so many examples of this, and if you start paying attention, if you send Mr. Ego on his way and start really looking at yourself, this ain't Instagram. We got to worry about what's going on with our health. Only way we can do it is be honest with ourselves. Oh, and by the way, women, this is not just us. I've seen it on women too. So, pay attention. Are you not growing your beard? Not the women. You got a hole in your underarm hair or your pubic hair or whatever. Women don't grow a whole lot of hair, so in those places, or maybe you do the shaved head on the side or whatever. If that's the case, check yourself out. This is for real. I can't stress how real this is. They did something to us, y'all. They did something to us, and until we stand up, until we acknowledge, one, that they did, and then two, try to figure out what it is, demand answers, they're gonna get that 50 by 2023. And I must apologize, because I don't know how to tell a short story. Details matter to me when I'm hearing a story, so that's the way I tell it. I want to give you the details. You probably saying get to the point. Hope I got to the point. I'll see y'all in the next video, because there will be more fire coming. I'm breathing like a dungeon dragon. Rah, rah. Because we're not having it no more. Till the next time we meet.